central Iran, patches of greenery in the desert are a familiar scene, a testimony to centuries of resilience. Aside from harsh weather conditions, the small city of Tuyserkan, about 100 kilometers south of Hamadan, has also survived the Mongol invasion.
We are visiting another one of Iran's ancient cities that is famous for its great weather, its walnuts, and its many historical monuments that date back to a time when this region was considered a strategic one in Iran.
As you enter the city, you find a tall building with a peculiar design, where lies the tomb of a well-known poet of the Safavid era, Mirrazi Artimani, a reminder of Tuyserkan's days of glory.
شهرستان تویسرکان با قدمت 2500 سال قبل از میلاد و 221 اثر تاریخی، فرهنگی و طبیعی که در دل خودش جای داده، میشه از مهمترین شهرستان‌های استان همدان هست به لحاظ تاریخی. به لحاظ قدمت ما بعد از همدان دومین شهرستان هستیم و به لحاظ تعداد آثار سوم.
An important fact about this region is that it lay on the Silk Road, and even in recent centuries, it has enjoyed good prospects in commerce and trade, being on the main road network in the western region of Iran.
Now here's something that Tuyserkanis can boast about. What you see behind me is one of the oldest historical monuments not only in Tuyserkan but in Iran. It is actually the tomb of Habakkuk, one of the prophets of the Hebrew Bible who lived in the 7th century BC.
Iran is home to more biblical sites than any other place outside occupied Palestine. Habakkuk is only one of the several major prophets that have been laid to rest in Iran. His tomb has been rebuilt many times throughout centuries, and the building that you see today was built during the Seljuk era.
آرامگاه حبقوق نبی دورش برمیگرده به دوره سلجوقیان. دوره سلجوقیان، حالا نمادی که اون زمان استفاده می‌کردن برمیگرده سلجوقیان و ایلخانی، به لحاظ ای که از نسل مغول بودن و کوچ‌نشین بودن. اگر دقت بفرمایید ساختار بناهاشون به صورت مخروطی شکل برگرفته از همون چادر با معماری و اصالت ایرانی ساخته شده.
Hamadan province is one of the most ancient parts of Iran, and therefore one of the most archaeologically important ones. So is Tuyserkan. Archaeologists say that the relics found in this region show that it used to be the Medes' capital back in 700 BC, before they formed a union with the Persians. During the Parthian era, this region became the summer capital and residence of Parthian rulers. After the Parthians, the Sassanids constructed their summer palaces here. On the other hand, this region has been mentioned in the Bible as the capital of ancient Persia.
In the vicinity of Tuyserkan, there's even more evidence about how important this region used to be. Only 8 kilometers away from the city, in a small village called Korzan, there are several historical monuments.
Throughout history, this region has at times thrived and at times declined and witnessed hardships. But in the 11th century, the Seljuks shifted their capital from Baghdad to Hamadan, and the region, including Tuyserkan, became a strategic governorate.
Now, in order to get to the village, you have to cross this small bridge, which actually dates back to the early years of the Qajar era.
This bridge has 4 arcs. The 2 in the middle are slightly larger than the ones on the sides. The history of bridge making is as old as road construction. According to archaeologists, in ancient Iran, building bridges, both large and small, was very common and prevalent.
قلعه‌ای هست پشت سر من که این قلعه از قبل از قاجاریه حتی بوده و اینجا مکانهایی داره مثل تپه چوغا که در زمان مادها اینجا حکومت اینجا بوده و حکومت غرب بوده. جاده ابریشم یه شاخش از اینجا میرفته به نام زغالی راه. اینجا از قدیم و ندیم مرکز فرمانروایی غرب بوده.
Castles and fortresses are always a sign that show the strategic importance of a region, and this one is no different.
The ruins of this castle are a testimony that the region was always at risk during the rise and fall of powers. According to historical records, there was once a castle in this area by the name of Haft Hisar, or 7 walls, which had 1,000 rooms. In grandeur, it was comparable with the Babylonian tower.
خیلی از آثار ما مربوط به دوره صفویه است. کاروانسرای شاه عباسی داریم در فرسوج، پل‌های تاریخی داریم. شهرستان توسرکان میتواند مقصد گردشگرانی باشد که مایلن هم از طبیعت زیبا استفاده بکنند، هم از آثار تاریخی و واجد ارزش بازدید بکنند.
Like many old cities in Iran, Tuyserkan also has its own caravanserai. It's actually in a village in the vicinity of the city, and it was built during the reign of Shah Abbas, the Safavid king, in an attempt to revive the Silk Road.
The main objective was to provide food and shelter for travelers. Today, there are nearly 30 Shah Abbasi caravansarais in different parts of Iran as a result of that strategy. And in all of them, elements of Safavid architecture are prevalent, including the arcs between the outer and interior areas. But other than its rich historical background, Tuyserkan is also known for its quality walnut trees within the world. Its weather is mild and nice in summer and cold in winter. The city is surrounded by the Zagros Mountains and has great views and landscapes. Bisumisha Ahmadi for Iran.